you got to be able to forgive yourself for going through the narcissistic abuse that you've been through. Straight up. Like, that's probably one of the toughest things that I had to accept along this journey, because, you know, for so long, you can hold so much guilt for yourself for not knowing sooner. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you hold a lot of shame. You hold a lot of embarrassment. You know, you take away a lot of confusion. You take away a lot of guilt from their wrongdoing, still thinking that it's your fault as to why they changed and became who they become. You know what I'm saying? The mask slipping. And they're good at making you feel like it's your fault, you know, that it all crumbled together because you couldn't do the perfect thing the perfect way anymore, even though you were even more perfect than what I need you to be, because it bothered me. You know how confusing how I just said that. That's how confusing they are. And that's what I'm saying about, like, you gotta forgive yourself. For real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to give yourself the opportunity to apologize to yourself for, you know what I'm saying, accepting the disrespect from somebody like that. Is just to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to apologize to yourself about that. Just, you got to look straight into yourself and be like, I'm sorry for letting us go through this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with surviving the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Playing that game. And it's serious though. Like, I know I'm joking, but it's serious though, because when you forgive yourself through this process, another thing happens as well. There is a understanding that you have about the narcissist as you start to actually for apologize to yourself for letting that disrespect happen to you, that you really realize that this person looks at people like this in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? They were going to be like this regardless, whether it was you or somebody else, is what the understanding starts to happen when you realize this person is never going to change. You know what I'm saying? When you treat yourself a certain way that they was never going to do, you know, you realize this person was going to be this way, whether I was here or not. It's never your fault for their behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's never your fault for the behavior. The only time it's your fault for real, it's just being there longer than when you know you need to leave, type ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Go no contact, you know, gray rock, whatever the case may have you. Like, there's a level of forgiveness that you gotta, you know what I'm saying, honor for yourself, man. Bro, sis, you gotta honor your forgiveness within you. You gotta be able to give yourself that power back. You know, stop letting your identity get so caught up in the embarrassment. A lot of times, you know, looking back at these moments, you know, a lot of the identity gets caught up in the embarrassment afterwards, dealing with the ruminating and replaying these moments, these chaotic moments, these moments where you were, you know what I'm saying, so where you were sold a story that was never a real story, so your confusion is all over the place. You know what I'm saying? You got to forgive yourself for being that confused. You got to forgive yourself for being that damaged, or allowing that much damage to your mind. You know what I'm saying? Forgive yourself for letting somebody talk to you like that, letting other people lie to you like that. Like, you gotta be okay with releasing yourself from a lot of the mental constraints that are given from somebody else, because if somebody else is giving you this thought process, you know what I'm saying? You just got to release your mind from it. That's what I mean by forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Today is a new day. Today is a new day to step into a new version of you. You feel what I'm saying? A forgiven version of you, if you rather. For real. I mean this from the bottom of my heart, because a lot of people walk around with a lot of guilt. Taking a lot of weight from a relationship, you know, as if like it was the 100% situation that went to, you know what I'm saying, went left was yours. No, it's not. there's a high chance most of it wasn't yours. You know what I'm saying? You might have had your play in it, but like we talking about like the narcissist blaming everything about you. That's why they went to somebody else. They went to somebody else, you know what I'm saying, out of spite of. You gotta forgive yourself for all that. That's not your fault that they went somewhere. It's not your fault that they talked to you crazy. It's not your fault. None of that. This behavior was gonna happen regardless. Whoever it was gonna be. You just so happened to be in place of. We just so happened to be in place of like thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame yourself for getting burned if you were never told the fire was fake. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't know this was gonna be a narcissist. You didn't know that somebody was going to literally look at you in your face and play you, you know what I'm saying, play you like the way that they did with your emotions. Lie to you, straight in your face, say to you that they aren't doing the thing that you caught them doing, with the proof that you had they done the thing they done, with them still saying to you straight in your face, you are wrong. You got to forgive yourself for all those moments that you let such disrespect slide. You feel what I'm saying? I'm being for real because I'm only talking about this because I see the comments and there's so much people hold on to so much guilt. A lot of this stuff is not even yours to hold. You know what I'm saying? This is a narcissist not wanting to look within themselves. They want to give it to you and turn it onto you and twist it onto you. Forgive yourself for holding weight that's not yours. Straight up. I mean this, like for real. You know, and when another thing that I realized too, when people like this hurt you the way they do, you mourn time differently. You know what I'm saying? You take your life a bit more serious. You should be taking your life a bit more serious, especially with how you vet people. You know what I'm saying? You mourn a lot of years that you put so much effort into that also twisted the concept of what was going to be love. So you put effort into a twisted concept of love so much, so often, for so long, and you can't see, you know, what's normal anymore after a while. You don't really understand, you know what I'm saying? You're making friends and getting to know people, new people. It scares you for a hot second, you know what I'm saying? You can't even thinking about making good choices because you don't know what a good choice is, because you're making choices to tiptoe around the narcissist. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be okay with it. I'm sorry. It's okay to mourn time. You know what I'm saying? Spent dealing with the narcissistic abuse, dealing with the narcissist and things of that nature. It's okay to mourn that time because you're mourning time for an individual that never got to be seen. You, me, you know what I'm saying? They never saw you. They never saw us. So you're mourning that kind of time is what it really is. And that's why it's so important to know that it's okay. What it takes to get yourself back into a mental state that's going to have you stable when it comes to this, man. It's okay to feel some kind of way about those lost years, putting into this chaos, putting into this confusion so often, so much. Like I'm not trying to make it sound like that, but you waste a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, putting effort into the narcissist delusional campaigns of random stuff that's grandiose for no reason, that don't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Giving you ideas and trying to get you caught up and trying to get you into these situations that, listen, it's okay if you ruminate about the time spent dealing with narcissists, but you ruminate to understand, not to sit into the pain. You feel me? That's my emphasis on that. Like, you ruminate to understand. It's okay to mourn that time. It really is. It's okay to take that time too, as well. Now, don't sit in yourself to where you can't be social. I ain't say that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, it's finding a balance in your solitude versus your balance in being social or whatever the case may have you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work that in for yourself, because you don't want to be too toxic on one end and too positive on the other, to where one suffers and the other one doesn't. And the other one does. You know what I'm saying? One gets more and the other one suffers. Sorry. So when I say more time, what I mean is like, have your solitude. You need solitude. You need to be able to hear yourself again. You need to be able to think and hear your own thoughts again. You need to be okay with that. Yeah, you need to be okay with hearing your own thoughts again. You need to be okay with sitting with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Normalizing being normal to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Your own positive thoughts, your own affirmations. That and then having a healthy social life. You know what I'm saying? And on top of, you don't have to always be all over the place. You can say no, set boundaries, set healthy boundaries. You don't have to do everything all at once. You know what I'm saying? Again, this recovery lifestyle, this recover from all this stuff, make it normal again. This is a lifestyle, not a destination. It's an everyday process, and it's 1%. It's just doing something and taking it serious in your mind that you've done it, so that you can acknowledge to yourself that you've done it. That way you can actually have progress. And then when you start to think about these moments further along in time, again, a lot of this stuff you just take it as wisdom. For real. Understand, you take all this stuff as wisdom. Don't take it as pain. Take it as wisdom. Take it as understanding what's happening, what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? It's you didn't waste. You really, honestly, you didn't waste time. You gained wisdom. Let me correct myself. You know what I'm saying? You didn't waste time. You gained wisdom, because you learned awareness about yourself. This was awareness that was 9 times out of 10 probably not going to happen through anything else besides this event that you had happened dealing with narcissistic people or narcissistic just events. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like you can't, it probably won't happen nowhere else, but it's a high chance that this kind of awareness for you waking up, you know what I'm saying, chosen one, empath, however you describe yourself, you probably going to get this awareness through going through something like this. That's why I say, like, when you more in that time and you start to become more aware, it's a superpower. Straight up, like superheroes, when something random happens and they get that random accident, they get that mutation through the superpowers through some negative accident. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's one of those. You wake up to who you've always been, and you wake up to how some people can be. You feel me? You wake up to a lot of how people can talk to you, how off the chain some people are. You feel what I'm saying? And how to protect yourself going forward, and how you deal with and interact with anybody else outside of this situation once you're done dealing with it. Once you've figured out how to close the chapter and just use it as wisdom. You feel what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Some of the like upsides of doing that is that, again, normalizing your normal. Your normal hasn't been normal for quite some time, for a very long time. That's why it's always scary whenever you do anything, when you go no contact and it's done or whatever, and it's like, dang, what now? You know what I'm saying? That's the trust yourself. That solitude is used to be able to trust yourself. Use that solitude to trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most painful soil, you know what I'm saying, grows the strongest roots. You didn't waste time. You planted, you know what I'm saying, strength. So it's like, you got to understand, this entire time up until this point just made you stronger. To be honest with you, like, this was building you into the version of you. That version of you that you were dealing with narcissists made this version of you today that's able to even be the way that you are, to have the wisdom and the awareness to even see that you want to recover from this. I'm telling you, like, a lot of people it's a lot of people who don't really care and or don't even understand they're even going through it. You know what I'm saying? They just rather just dealing with chaos being normal. You don't have to like normalize chaos. You know what I'm saying? You give yourself grace. Straight up. Give yourself credit for getting this far. I need you to understand like how real it is to even be this aware, to even watch these kind of videos, to even learn something on how to help heal yourself. Like, give yourself credit for more than what you know, because most people don't care. I'm not trying to say this to compare yourself to other people. I want you to understand the separation between you and certain people. Like, you care enough about your mental health and your journey in life and healing that you're willing to do what it takes in order to get yourself in a better mindset. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the narcissist is not going to do that. They're going to continue to interrupt and disrupt anything that has to do with you aligning with yourself that has nothing to do with them, aligning with them. Straight up. Like, give yourself credit and understand you're stronger than you're stronger than what you possibly know. I mean that. If you've journeyed up until this point, done think you're still, listen, it's okay. You're not crazy. By no means. You're not even slight. You just was in a tornado of confusion. Like, for real, your best version of yourself most of the time won't come unless some type of negative event happens in your life for you to have to change in order to push yourself into somebody that you know that you've always been. I mean that. Don't downplay yourself any more than what you need to. You know what I'm saying? And when I say what you need to, you got to be hard on yourself in the event of, I got to get myself out of this. But don't downplay yourself so much to where you can't get yourself out of this. Give yourself the grace. Hey, you've gotten this far. You've walked today. You know what I'm saying? You had a healthy meal. You've had positive thoughts today. You journal. That's a step. That's one step, and that's 1%. You just do that every single day until it stacks. Your mind has to change the paradigm on how you think about yourself once you're done dealing with somebody else trying to change your identity to begin with. You feel what I'm saying? You got to rewire and reprogram your brain from the nonsense. That like unroot all of that goofiness. That's buffoonery with the narcissist. Dealing with somebody who has no idea how to articulate, do emotional intelligence. Listen. You have so much more power in your mind than what you know. You have so much more capability of being mentally stronger than what you know. Straight up. It just takes you taking it serious with yourself. Take yourself serious. I mean this, bro. Sis, like, take yourself serious, man, because the narcissist's goal is to put you in a spot to where only they can relieve you of that spot. No, this is not going down like that. You feel what I'm saying? You pick yourself up and you tell yourself, I'm getting into the best version of myself. I forgive myself more in this time and giving myself grace. You know what I'm saying? Validating yourself. There's nothing over there that the narcissist or anybody over there, the flying monkey concepts, that can tell you anything. You feel me? Most of those people, again, don't care about their mental health. You care about yours heavenly. You feel what I'm saying? Chosen one, ill path. However you describe yourself, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, for the concept of, like, your power lies in how much you really love yourself. And how much you really love yourself is the daily steps you take to build better habits, to pull yourself out of all of this. I promise you, it's worth the effort. It really is. It really is worth the best effort that you can see yourself in. All you got to do, just start today. Today's that season. Today's that mode. We don't let the narcissist defeat. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the identity they gave you defeat you. Straight up. That identity they gave you, it's not even real. It doesn't even exist. The identity that exists is how you think about yourself every single day without hearing about how everybody's trying to shape your mind. You know what I'm saying? In a negative way for their own benefit. Nah, man. Let them rot out. Your greatest version of yourself is right now. You watching this video. And you may not feel that way, but it is because you're taking active steps to learn on how to grow, on how to get through, on how to be able to see yourself mentally on another version of yourself that you don't think is possible, but it is, because it's every single day. It's just 1%. It is. It's all it takes is 1%, no matter how negative you feel. Straight up. So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out.